Hey guys, back again with another legal video, and I want to remind you that although I do legal-ish videos, I am not a lawyer, and don't trust the internet for legal advice. Alright guys, today we're talking about firearm storage laws in California, specifically called criminal storage of a firearm by the Department of Justice. So this has to do with two penal code sections and a definition of sorts by the Department of Justice. The two penal code sections are 23650 and 23655, which 23650 basically just lays down the intent of the law, that it's to keep kids from hurting themselves either intentionally or unintentionally, and it establishes a deadline for the Attorney General to get more specific regulations. So the Penal Code Section 23650 just tells the Attorney General basically what to do and how to do it, sort of. 23655 is more of the details about what the Department of Justice shall do. It says that they should have a roster maintaining a list of all the safety devices that have been tested. It says how the devices need to be tested, specifying that it's at the manufacturer's or dealer's expense and all that. So not really any useful information for us, but just some background. I'm going to have the laws, the penal code sections, and links to them in the description below, so you guys can check them out if you want to. But that's about it for the penal code sections. It continues on at the Department of Justice's website, where it's defined as leaving a loaded firearm in a place where the defendant knows, or should have known, that a child under the age of 18 is likely to gain access to the gun without permission of the parent or guardian. So right off the bat, you can see that there's all kinds of weird things that could happen with this law. I mean, does the kid have permission? Does the kid not have permission? So I'm not going to put my opinion in this video. This is purely just going to be reading the opinions of the Department of Justice and the Penal Code sections of California. There's going to be no opinion of this of mine at all. Okay, so the Department of Justice goes on to define that blurb they had earlier as saying, for example, if a person keeps a loaded handgun in an unlocked drawer, or if you have a bunch of kids over and you allow those kids free access to the area where the firearm is. So they also say that if you've taken reasonable steps to secure the firearm, that you wouldn't most likely be charged with criminal storage of a firearm. Now, they go on to say about why they shoot themselves and mostly the reasoning behind the law, but at the very end of it, it goes on to say that parents are only charged when they have acted grossly negligent. So they're not just out to just arrest everybody. I don't think, which I know guys, I just violated my own rules. I said I wasn't going to put any of my own opinion, but it just came out. I apologize. So after that, it goes on to list popular defenses for if you are charged with this crime, which I thought was interesting, that they put defenses for, I don't know. Anyway, so they say some of the defenses are the gun is kept in a locked container, stored with a locking device. If you're military and you have your firearm at your house for some reason for duties that your job requires. If the child does obtain the firearm in an act of self-defense or in defense of another person. So they have all these different reasons why you wouldn't be charged. Also, it goes on to say that some other defenses are if a child is accidentally into your home without your knowledge, or when you're away, or whatever. So if, I don't know, maybe that's a common thing, that kids are running through your house when you're not there. I mean, it's not in my house, but hey, I'm not everybody. So, also, alright, so the punishment. Punishment is relative to what happens with the firearm after it's been stored illegally. It says, so I'm assuming that this means that nothing happened at all. If they just find that you're storing it improperly, it's punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a fine of $1,000. if a person is injured or killed, or the child takes the gun somewhere crazy and, whatever, gets in trouble with it, then it's much more severe penalties. Talking about $10,000, 2 or 3 years in prison, 1 year in jail. I don't. That the part's kind of unclear to me. But I assume that this law is more meant to tack on to other offenses, or there's already an issue. I don't think this law is meant to be used as a solitary law. I mean, it can be, and it looks like it probably is, but I assume it's just an add-on. Alright guys, well that's the video on handgun storage, or any firearm storage in California. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll have all the links to the documents I used and the penal codes and stuff in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.